The fury over Menglong's case is still burning. Fanseqi sparks outrage by filming a new drama in Beijing. Meanwhile, Japanese singer Atsuki Maki was forcibly cut off mid-performance in Shanghai due to political reasons and driven off stage. The footage has gone viral. Hamasaki Ayumi's concert was abruptly cancelled at the last minute, but force majeure failed to completely silence the show. Inside the venue, Hamasaki, and outside, her fans responded in unexpectedly moving ways that echoed each other across the walls. Don't miss the next update, subscribe and hit the bell. One is a truth being covered up, the other a microphone being cut, yet these two forces are making more and more people ask, exactly who gets to decide what we're allowed to see and hear? From the dark cloud surrounding Menglong to the Japanese singer's concerts, events that seem unrelated are actually two mirrors reflecting the same reality. When power wants a voice to disappear, that voice only ends up ringing louder. Fanseqi returns to work and triggers public rage, the arrogance of capital? Let's start with the suspect everyone cares about most. Ever since Menglong's death, rumors linking Fanseqi to the case have never stopped. Because of public pressure, only 15 tickets were sold for his previous concert, forcing an emergency cancellation. Endorsements and dramas were boycotted too. Everyone assumed that, at the very least, he would lie low until the truth came out. But what happened? In the past couple of days, netizens exposed photos of Fanseqi on a Beijing film set, surrounded by well-known actors like Liu Haozuan and Huang Xian. It's reportedly a new drama scheduled for release in 2027. The moment the news broke, the internet exploded. People are asking, how thick-skinned do you have to be to show up and film like nothing happened? Netizens were blunt, the investors' money is about to go down the drain, the industry can keep its own trash, we're not buying. The anger isn't just because he's suspected in the case, it's the signal it sends. In front of capital and certain protectors, a human life apparently doesn't matter. As long as your backer is strong enough, once the storm passes you can go right back to making money. Some shouted, until the truth is revealed, he gets zero traffic. Tian Hairong's new film reported, male leads look utterly dejected. Actress Tian Hairong, implicated in the infamous 17-person dinner, has also been boycotted. Her self-written, self-directed, and self-starred film There Is No Me in My World recently opened. Even before release, its reputation was destroyed. Douban and Weibo were flooded with boycott slogans like, "Your box office has no me." Yet strangely, pre-sale figures reportedly reached 6.02 million renminbi, and after release there were ghost midnight screenings. One furious netizen from Wuxi called the authorities to report it. Savvy commenters pointed out, no wonder they forced it into theaters, this is just money laundering, right? Besides the spooky box office data, the atmosphere at the premiere was funereal. Leaked videos show Tian Hairong giving a long, passionate speech on stage while the male leads beside her hung their heads, faces grim, showing zero joy for a new release. Netizens joked that the actors all knew the film was doomed. At that very premiere, someone noticed that Tian Hairong's shadow on the backdrop looked uncannily like the late Menglong. The live stream chat exploded, people told her to turn around and look, asking, "Doesn't your back feel cold?" Tian Hairong spoke on stage about how life has dignity, but with Menglong's body barely cold and the case riddled with unanswered questions, her words sounded to netizens like the height of hypocrisy and irony. Mainland Affairs Council report, the tighter the blockade, the faster rumors spread. You might wonder, why has one celebrity's fall from a building blown up to this extent? Why do official denials only make people believe the rumors more? Taiwan's Mainland Affairs Council, MAC, recently released its latest quarterly report on the situation across the strait, devoting an entire section to the Menglong case with razor-sharp analysis. The report introduces a concept, the endgame of the digital totalitarian model. In simple terms, the CCP is accustomed to solving problems by blocking information, deleting posts, and banning accounts. As long as negative news is scrubbed clean, it's treated as if it never happened. That's exactly what they did here. The incident occurred on September 11th. By September 22nd, the Cyberspace Administration launched a "Clear and Bright" campaign specifically targeting malicious stirring of negative emotions, code for shutting down discussion of the case. But that tactic no longer works. The MAC points out that the stricter the speech controls, the wider rumors spread. Precisely because the authorities are opaque and hastily close the case, leaked audio clips, videos, and even conspiracy theories have gained massive traction. When official channels are completely blocked, information gushes out through every crack like floodwater. The prestigious international magazine Foreign Policy also noted that the CCP is now trapped in a self-censorship doom loop. The more they censor, the less the public trusts them, the less trust, the more rumors, the harsher the censorship. In the end, government credibility is bankrupt, resources are wasted on deleting posts and accounts, and they can't keep up. Flowers blooming inside the wall smell sweeter outside the wall, ordinary people's persistence. Although voices inside China are suppressed, the hunger for justice hasn't vanished, it has simply moved overseas. I saw a particularly touching story. A Filipino-American woman in the US, completely on her own, printed flyers about the Menglong case and posted them in subway stations and cafes. She even went to local Christmas events to tell his story. She said this was the first time in her life she'd gathered the courage to do something like this. On the Facebook page, Menglong Alan U Taiwan First Stop, people are calling for more street action, more signatures, and helping passers-by sign the petition. An elderly Taiwanese man replied, "It's hard on you young people. Us old folks can't do much physically, we can only spread the word to neighbors and get them to sign too." He asked, "Is there anything else we seniors can help with?" I was surprised and deeply moved. I thought only young people were standing up for Menglong, but grandparents are joining in too. Why are ordinary people doing this? Because in Menglong they saw something beautiful. Fans remember how, when they gave him gifts, he would gently say, "Next time don't spend money on these things, keep it for yourself, okay?" When fans shoved cameras in his face, he never got angry, just smiled and asked, "Why would I be angry?" A warm, pure person like that left this world under suspicious circumstances. As one musician put it, this isn't just about Menglong alone, it's about awakening more people's conscience. Every little light that gets lit makes the world a bit brighter. From Menglong to Hamasaki Ayumi, severed power cords and empty stages. Having talked about Menglong, let's look at another form of silencing. Recently, because the Japanese Prime Minister mentioned a Taiwan contingency, China-Japan relations have tensed again. The CCP's old playbook is familiar to everyone: take it out on entertainers. In the past few days in Shanghai, two incidents have made the international entertainment world a laughingstock. First, Japanese singer Atsuki Maki was performing when, halfway through a song, the power was suddenly cut, lights out, everything dark. Staff rushed on stage and ordered her to stop immediately and leave the venue. Imagine the scene: the singer standing there, the audience stunned, then she's chased off like an intruder. That's not how you treat an artist, it's how you treat a trespasser. The move was so ugly that even Hu Shijin, who usually defends the regime, couldn't stomach it. He posted on Weibo saying the action was over the top and disrespectful. As long as the content wasn't problematic, at least let the artist finish the song. Cutting the power outright creates negative international perception and produces effects contrary to expectations. Second incident, J-pop queen Hamasaki Ayumi's concert. Her November 29 Shanghai show had the stage built, tickets sold out, then it was suddenly cancelled with the excuse of force majeure. Everyone knows why. But Hamasaki made a decision that stunned the world. In that fully constructed but completely empty arena, she went ahead and held a concert with no audience. No applause, no cheers. She performed the entire set list from the opening song to the encore, recorded it all, and plans to send it to fans who bought tickets but couldn't enter. She said the entertainment industry should be a bridge connecting people, and she wanted to be the one building that bridge. That same night, although the venue was empty, the Hamasaki-themed cafe outside was packed with fans who refused to leave. Commentators said the show didn't actually end because of force majeure. The gathering of fans outside was their way of cheering for Hamasaki singing alone on an empty stage. Soon after, police were dispatched to the cafe for stability maintenance and forcibly removed Hamasaki posters. Hong Kong actor Anthony Wong praised her on Facebook, calling her a real artist. One netizen put it perfectly: with a flawless performance to rows of empty seats, Hamasaki showed the world what strength really is. Strength isn't venting anger on innocent singers or pulling the plug. Strength is remaining dignified and honoring your promise to the very last second in the face of absurdity. Put all these events together and you see the common thread. Whether it's the truth being blocked in the Menglong case or the microphones literally cut for Japanese artists, it's the same logic: if I don't like a voice, I will make it disappear. But what's the result? Because authorities tried to bury Menglong's cause of death, the questions have only grown louder and spread overseas. Tian Hairong's film became a joke precisely because it was forced into theaters with fake numbers. Hamasaki's concert, by being cancelled, was transformed into a globally discussed act of performance art that exposed both an artist's dignity and the ugliness of power. The Taiwan Mac is right: this digital totalitarianism has reached its end. The more you try to cover people's mouths, the louder the voice in their hearts becomes. Just like that Filipino-American woman handing out flyers, just like the fans standing outside the cafe, they prove with their actions: power can cut the electricity, power can delete posts, but it can never extinguish the light in people's hearts. What do you, watching this screen right now, think about Fanseqi going back to work in Tian Hairong's ghost screening movie? What do you feel about Hamasaki Ayumi's concert for an empty hall? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's talk.